welcome to
Hi.
our Wednesday evening guest. And today I've got Caroline, the Lovemud Dog Lady. You say that a lot quicker.
Lovemud Dog Lady. I've been saying it for a lot longer.
Go on, do it again.
Lovemud Dog Lady.
Lovemud Dog Lady.
I've been saying it for 10 years, so you're fine.
Excellent. So you're a pet groomer. We decided that you're a pet groomer because you do dogs, but also do guinea pigs and goats.
I have done goats.
What do you do with goats?
They were show goats. They were pygmy goats. It was amazing. Yeah, and this woman was, I think she had like 7 and they were all going to this show competition. She just didn't want it in the house. And I was like, fair enough. And it was really interesting, actually. It was really different to do. But I tell you what, they do a lot of poos. They do a lot of poos. There was a lot of that in the bath. Yeah, it was interesting for you. But it was good.
We had goats when I was younger. So you stuck them in your mobile groomers, chucked them in the bath and then washed them and brushed them out and lovely.
Yeah, exactly. The main thing was the bath and dry. She didn't want to get them through the house up the stairs to the bathroom. So yeah, I just parked up and did 7 pygmy goats in a day.
Why not? You know,
that was when I first started. So it's probably about 8 years or 7 years ago now.
So not only are you a pet groomer, you're a pet industry you say it.
Influencer. I hate the word. It makes me cringe. But yeah, apparently I'm an influencer.
And also an ambassador for WAL, aren't you as well?
Well, yeah, I'm their UK animal brand ambassador. So I'm like that. I'm proper proud of that. I'm really happy about that. So yes.
And we can find you hanging out on TikTok, or 123,000 people have found you hanging out on TikTok with 1.3 million likes, which is amazing.
Yeah.
12.2 thousand followers on Instagram, and then 2,700 followers on your Facebook page as well. I mean, that's pretty incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been good. I've always had Facebook. That's kind of always ticked along. I had that since the start of the business. I used that a lot to drive my business initially and get new customers. And it was very customer focused and local focused. But yeah, the TikTok thing started last February. And then I just had a client said to me, because I didn't know about TikTok, I'm a bit old, and I didn't really know anything. I was like, what's TikTok? I don't know. And a client of mine said, TikTok is massive for dogs. You're not shy of a camera. A bit rude. You should try it. And I was like, okay. So I did a couple of videos, I think, in the January last year, and I was like, I don't really get it. I don't know how to do it. And I've got like 2 views. And then I spent about a month researching it. Researching the algorithm, what you need to do, trending sounds and little tricks of the trade and stuff. And kind of went all out with it. And then I think I went live the following month, because you have to have a certain number to then go live. So, and then once I started live streaming the grooms, everyone loved it. TikTok is brilliant for dog lovers. So
excellent, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But let's talk about how you got into the pet grooming industry. You've been doing this for 10 years. This wasn't your first job, was it?
No. I worked prior to this, I worked for Bacardi Martini. So I was very glamorous drinks industry and parties and that kind of stuff. And I looked after their festival strategy for the UK. So marketing and sales background. And then after 8.5 years, I was made redundant. So I thought, okay, what should I do now? I'd always had a massive passion for dog. I had a golden retriever at the time called Milo. We sadly lost him when he was 6, which was quite early.
Oh, wow.
But he was pure mud lover, so rolled in it, ate it, dug in it, like completely the breed. If there was a puddle, he wouldn't go through. It was like lay down. So yeah, I kind of thought, well, I'm crazy about dogs. I'd love to set up my own business. And I had a dog walker friend, and she knew someone that was doing mobile dog grooming. So I went out with him for a couple of days, shadowing him, and I just absolutely loved it. And the good thing is I was very lucky in that I had the money to set up. So I bought the van outright and I did the training courses, etc. So I know that a lot of people aren't able to kind of set up debt free. So I was lucky in that respect. And then, that was 10 years ago in November, and I've not really looked back. So was Milo the inspiration for the name? Yeah, I literally remember the moment I came up with it. I was married at the time, and I was literally having a bath. Too much information. Having a bath, and I called my husband. And I went, "Oh my God, I've got the name! And he was like, I think I told him the day before that I was going to do this anyway, so it's all a bit like whoa. And I was like, Lovemud. He was like, what? So I was like, Lovemud, because also what I wanted to do was I could have gone like Caroline's Cuts or something like that, but I wanted to come up with a brand that I could then broaden in. Obviously with the marketing background, I had so many ideas of what I wanted to do. Some of that didn't come to fruition because of various reasons, but yeah, and I just said that was it, and that I didn't falter from there. And I came up with the logo and everything, and like, yeah, I love it now. So
all your friends that were in the previous industry, are they jealous? Or did they say, what are you doing? Are you mad? You're working with dogs instead of working with, like, I don't know, nightlife and stuff like that?
I think it was a bit of a curveball. I think I did apply for another couple of jobs. I kind of put it down to fate as well. I actually applied to Nestle. So Nestle have like a pet division. So I went for a couple of brand manager roles there, one in the dog side and one in the cat side, and I got neither. And I was like, okay. So I kind of tried to tie in the kind of love of marketing and interest with the animals. And I thought, you know what, now I'm just going to do it on my own. So no, I think people had always known that I'd loved my dogs, and I had a dog at the time. But it's a big leap to be employed and have a very lovely salary coming in, to take that salary cut, but be happy is a big thing to do, and get a best work-life balance. I travelled a lot. I was away a couple of nights a week, etc. So yeah, it made sense for me at the time.
Yeah, and you're finding that work, like, you know, it's not just about money, isn't it? It's that work-life balance, it's that happiness, it's not being in the corporate world. And are you finding that you're able to do the work-life balance because you've got children, haven't you? And how's that all worked out for you?
Yeah, I'm in a very different place now to when I set up the business. So, but I mean, I definitely, when I first set it up, I didn't regret it. I didn't have to do the hotel stays. It's all very glamorous until you're in, you know, a hotel wherever, you know, 2 times a week, and you just want to be at home. So I definitely knew it was the right decision. And then now it does allow me to fit everything in round. I've got a little boy who's 6, so I fit my grooming in around his school times, really. And it's only obviously me doing that. Sadly, his dad passed away 5 years ago, so it's just, you know, there's no one else that can share pickups and things. So trying to juggle it all is difficult, but it is easier when you're self-employed and you're the boss. So you can kind of manage your own hours.
Yeah, cool. And so you went out as a mobile dog groomer. Are you still mobile, or did I see that you've changed your setup?
Yeah, so when I was obviously I've been mobile for like about 9 years, really. And it's been brilliant, so profitable. I believe that when you're running a good business and you're mobile, it can be a profitable income and a good income. But then when I dropped to part-time, because I separated from a partner last year, so I was full-time last year, gone to part-time now, and it's just a lot more difficult, you know, the van costs, and if something goes wrong, and your fuel costs and everything. So being part-time, it wasn't cost efficient to keep visiting clients' houses, so they're now coming to me, which is working fine. I think there's 2 clients that weren't able to travel to me, and I go and pick the dogs up because they're local. So it's not really any different, and I'm saving on those costs.
Excellent. I mean, that definitely holds a bit of fear for people. I've spoken to a few groomers lately over the last few months, and there's a bit of fear for moving from the mobile niche into a static location. But again, everyone I've been speaking to, a lot of the customers just follow them over.
Yeah, I think if you're a good groomer, I think that people come to you because of you. I think, you know, there's groomers everywhere. So I think if you've got a point of difference in a USP, or people have been with you for a while and the dogs love you and the dogs are used to you, I think they will follow you where you go. So for me, it's not been a massive transition, but I can imagine it depends where people are located and things like that as well.
Sometimes it's just a fear within us, isn't it? We can turn quite negative at times, and
yeah, of course. Oh God, and you don't want to upset anybody, and this is what people have been used to, and you don't want to mess them around, but you've got to do what's best for you in your business. Otherwise, you won't have any longevity, and you'll have burnout. So
yeah, definitely. And then obviously you're surrounding yourself now, and it's been a really big TikTok's been really big for you, but it's not been very long that you've been on there. I mean, 123,000 followers already within, well, just over 12 months, isn't it?
Yeah. So I started, I uploaded a couple, I think it was in last January. And then I really got into it in February after doing a lot of research and trying to understand the algorithm. And I just spent literally every evening just trying to look for all these tips and watching YouTube stuff. And yeah, I thought if I'm going to do something, then I might as well do it properly. My aim was to have an additional income through social media by the Christmas. And I think I earned out of it within 2 months. So that was quite, not massive amounts, but that was the goal. And I did quite well on it. So it's time consuming though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so it's now another revenue stream for you. Is that the same for YouTube? I forgot to look up your YouTube channel. Have you got
YouTube? I'm not earning from YouTube yet. I was gutted actually. So the way YouTube works, you have to qualify. Their criteria is number of viewing hours, and I hit their number of viewing hours, and I got all excited. I can't remember the figure, whether it's 1,000 viewing hours or 10,000. And I was really, really, really happy. I was like, oh, brilliant! I'm going to start earning through the advertising revenue. But they're kind of, the little loophole is that the viewing hours. So sorry, on YouTube there's shorts, and there's the longer videos they've always had, but they've introduced recently shorts, which is to compete with TikTok and other platforms. So it's like the shorter videos. And the one that I got the viewing times off was a short rather than a long video. So I didn't qualify because it wasn't a long video, which I didn't know at the time, because I think I did. And to be a long video, you've got a minute long, to be a minute long. And I think it was like 55 seconds. So had I have known, I could have ensured that video was slightly longer. But yeah, you live and let live. But no, you live and learn, sorry. And so I'm not earning through YouTube as yet, no. But it's just not been number one priority. I've prioritized TikTok and most recently Instagram. It's so difficult to do everything.
I think that's really important. I think you have to be consistent on one thing and get that going, and then you can then look at maybe next year's strategy, Facebook, and then the year after Instagram, or
exactly. I've had some organic growth, which you're bound to have, but I've kind of just separated it in my head that TikTok's been my main focus, and it is easier to break through on TikTok because obviously the actual user number is a smaller base, so to cut through is a little bit easier. And then Facebook has always been my more of my correspondence or interactions with local, like with my actual customers that use me for grooming. So if we've got like, a cancellation for tomorrow type thing, then I'll put that on Facebook. So I've kind of always had a different strategy for everything in my head to try and separate it all. But TikTok has always been the kind of main, well, not always, in the last year it's been the main thing, but I do need to do YouTube, and I need to, if I'm going to do it, I need to sit down and do it properly. I can't really do things by half, so I need to spend the same time researching and understanding algorithms and things like that on the other platforms, and I can't do everything.
But I've always been interested in this. I've always been interested in social media, and how I have a lady, Zoe Carnes. She's a social media expert, and I've always been fascinated with her story, how she sort of left her day job and became a social media mentor and has grown this massive empire. I always just sort of think, this just didn't happen 10 years ago. It just wasn't possible, was it? And now look at everyone, yourself, you're getting a passive income from TikTok. But coming back to what I was thinking was, obviously Facebook is really important for your, like you said, your local customers. So TikTok just goes global, doesn't it? So how do you use that to generate business for your pet grooming salon, for your pet grooming?
Yeah, so TikTok, I don't use TikTok to drive customers. So people that, I think I've had about 3, like people won't interact with my content on TikTok to then book me as their dog groomer. It's just a very different space. I did it, obviously, as we all do, we do these things to create additional income, and that's why I did it. But also, I really wanted to help educate both groomers and customers. So I think that if I wanted to use it as purely driving new clients, TikTok wouldn't be the platform for that. And I really advocate Facebook, which has been more effective in the buy, sell, swap groups, etc. But with TikTok, the revenue is more about what I can achieve from the creator fund, which is, these are all little small amounts, but it just kind of adds up and just adds to the pot a little bit. And obviously builds profile and helping to educate people, which is just going to be better for the dogs. And then as a result of that, I then got the wool contract. So yeah, I don't use TikTok to drive new clients, as it were.
And it's quite interesting how I suppose if we put a business wording around it, you had a strategy for TikTok, didn't you? You sort of went out there with a goal, with a plan. I'm going to use this to generate money, and I'm going to use this to sort of generate following, build my brand, and get the ambassador contracts and stuff like that. So I suppose when I set up Lovemud right at the beginning, because I have got the marketing background, I remember sitting down doing a marketing plan for Lovemud and what it looked like and what I was going to achieve in the 1-year plan, the 5-year plan. I did all of that.
life threw some hurdles, so a lot of that didn't happen, but I've kind of come back to it the last year and gone, right, okay, how can I maximize this and actually try and think like a big brand and try and I know it's only little old me and Lovemud, but I think, what can I do? From little acorns, who knows what I might be able to achieve? And can I franchise out and have a fleet of mobile salons? Can I I've got my own like Lovemud merchandise for humans, but what can I do for dogs? There's so much that I want to do. And yeah, I see it, social media as a bit of a vehicle. If I can just build the profile, then all that stuff will hopefully come from it. And obviously if I can earn more money, then I can then get people to help me as well. I do have an agency on board that help me reply to all the comments and stuff currently, but yeah, I'd like to use them more. There's ironically, my digital agency is struggling to join this live. They've just messaged me.
Do they need to get into, do they need access to the group?
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, so they'll just go, we can't find it anywhere. Oh well.
Well, they can watch it on YouTube or listen to the podcast. But yeah. So if people go onto your TikTok, what's it all about? I mean, you said earlier you want to educate dog groomers and their owners. So what sort of videos do you put on there?
Oh God. Just a lot of different tips, really. I mean, some of the things I post and think, well, everyone knows that, or that's obvious, and you'd be amazed. It's the simplest little things that kind of reach out and impacts both clients, customers and groomers. So I think I've always got kind of two audiences in my head, probably three audiences actually. There's dog owners that want to know about grooming, there's groomers, and then there's just dog lovers. But the thing is, every so often I just go, oh, I'll do something for dog lovers. And it just doesn't resonate because there's so many people on TikTok doing stuff with dog lovers. So I kind of have to kind of go, right, okay, strategy, go back, what am I actually trying to achieve? And I need to focus on what I'm doing because that's what the algorithm likes. So two things really, just for clients or owners at home, it's about how to maintain your dog's coat, brushing. Can never do enough videos about brushing, never ever. And not just you must brush your dog, but you must brush your dog like this with these tools. Yeah, I think as an industry we get so frustrated, and it's like, right, okay, let's spend the time, let's focus on education, and then hopefully as a result then we'll get dogs that are coming in better kind of care or better states than they currently do. So but there's lots of things like just little tips of puppies, elevate them on the grooming table so that they get used to being groomed elevated, that you get used to handling and the brushing. So again, that will hopefully benefit the groomers. So I'm trying to benefit both parties with the content that I'm putting out there. And then when it comes to groomers, we've all been new. I remember being new and going, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'd done the courses and then I had to just go out and groom dogs and I had no idea what I was doing and no confidence. And, there's so many people out there. I can't see, so I don't know how many people are watching us, but, there's so many people that are setting up and they just need a little bit of help and they want to ask the stupid questions and they want the little tips that people don't think about. They want to know how to get a puppy's head out of the way. We just make the silly, noise, and that help, but they just won't think about that stuff because it's things that you gain with experience, and over 10 years you get these little tips. So I just want to help people really, and ultimately if I can help the owners at home and the groomers, then it makes the whole experience better for the dog, is kind of the rationale behind it.
Do you find there's a lot of owners out there that seek this information, or because I think a lot of groomers say no one ever wants to know about how to brush their dog? Because
oh my god, they do. Yeah, honestly, they're like, oh my god, I've been I can't go through all the comments because it gets a bit crazy sometimes on these posts, but it's like, oh my god, I've been doing it wrong this whole time. And I had one that was like, I've been, my dog keeps getting matted, but the groomer didn't show it. Not that it's the groomer job to do it, that's what I'm trying to do. I believe there's a massive gap with breeders that they need to show people as well when they're getting the cockapoos or the cavapoos and the fluffies and all the rest of it. So but there's absolutely a massive demand for people wanting to be able to look after their dog at home. And also it's just they don't want a matted dog that's going to be clipped off each time. So let's teach them what they need to do. And also even groom frequency, they think, oh, I'll get it done 3 times a year. It's like no. You need to have that dog done every 7 weeks. They just need someone to tell them that. So yeah, I think they're absolute, not all, obviously you'll get some owners that really don't care and they want the cheapest price, they're not going to do the brushing in between. you're going to get that, and I just swerve those ones.
How do you do you have a criteria for owners that you work with? Are you quite strict? Are you a strict groomer? Are you like, if you're not coming every 4 to 6 weeks, it's a no? You know, I've got loads of followers on TikTok.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I think I am quite strict. I've always had my T's and C's written from the start, and everyone signs them, and I've got cancellation policies. I try and stick to them. But I do, my rule is, if the dog is coming to me matted, the first time I let it go, because I think, okay, so they might be uneducated. They don't know how to maintain this dog's coat. So in that instance, I will spend the extra time in, when they pick the dog up, showing them the line brushing technique, showing them the areas that are going to be more prone, under the ears and the tuck up and that kind of thing, by the tail. And then if it happens again, then I'm very unlikely to groom them a third time.
3 strikes and you're out, or 2 strikes.
That's brutal. That is brutal, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. There's no rule book to this, is there? There's no rule book to say this is what you must and mustn't do. It's all about you and your business and what you want. To be honest, I've not had many, and I do find that I think people that leave their dog to get extremely matted, in my experience, I probably only do see them once, and that might be because I charge a premium then, because they are matted. But I think they get a bit embarrassed and they kind of don't want to go to the same groomer, so they try a different groomer. I don't know. I've always said that I want to work with owners that want the best for their dogs. If I think that someone doesn't want the best for their dog, then I just won't work with them. Fair enough, yeah. And how about, you're making some of these dogs probably famous on TikTok. Do the owners come on? Do you tell the owners that their dog's been on TikTok today and go and have a look?
I obviously have to have consent. So I have consent from every owner, that I can stream their dogs live, or that I can use them in content afterwards. Sorry, I need to charge. I have consent from the owners, but yeah, they love watching. So they literally, some of the people, I remember a lady, she's like probably, I don't know, 50 or 60, and she was like, what's this TikTok? So she downloaded it and she watched her dog being groomed for the first time. For anyone that follows me that's watching, this is Willow's mum. So Willow is an Australian Labradoodle. She's beautiful, and she takes about 2.5 hours. And her mum was like, I came out at the end, she was like, I've done nothing for 2.5 hours. Like, she literally sat there and watched her baby be groomed, and it's just reassuring for people. They love to see how their dog's doing. They love to get tips. It's been really well received by the owners. I think the only time I won't stream is when if there is, obviously, if an owner doesn't, I think there's been 2 owners that didn't want me to because of security risks. That's fine, with thefts and everything. And then I'll always do, if it's a new dog, I'll do a temperament check first, because I don't want to obviously live stream and then have some challenges. But yeah, it's been really well received and people love it. So I believe there's a couple of kind of celebrity dogs in my kind of client list, a couple of favorites that people just, especially there's one called Banjo, and he's got his own tagline now. He's Be More Banjo. He just bounces all over the table, and people always want to know when he's booked in. And yeah, so it's actually really nice.
So you can actually, I always thought TikToks was a bit like Reels, where they're quite short, but you can actually stream your whole 2-hour groom with.
Yeah, so there's 2 elements. There's probably more now. I'm still learning. It's evolving all the time. It's now got stories as well. Like Instagram's got stories. That's literally been added this week. But yeah, there's 2 main pieces. So TikTok, anyone can post videos on TikTok. The limit was up to 1 minute. I think that's now been extended to 10 actually. But I think still dwell time on TikTok is short, so you've got to get their attention. I would stick with short videos on TikTok. But yes, so you can also, once you hit a certain number of followers, I think it's either, I can't remember now, it's a year ago, but it's either 1,000 followers or 10,000 followers, and then you can then go live. So that's literally like something like this. So I literally just hit the live button, and people, my followers, but also other people, can then just see what I'm doing and join and watch. So that's where owners come in and see how their dogs are doing and check that they're all right, which is quite nice for them, quite reassuring.
I really encourage the people I work with to use video within their business. How much does that help people with their business when they use video?
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. And there's so many levels to it. There's there's security, if any, if a dog came back and went, oh, my dog wasn't matted, you clipped it off, I'd be like, well, here's a 2-hour video. So I think it's absolutely brilliant. And it's also just really reassuring for the owner. Like I've got a dog myself. There we go. She's just chilling. Lolly, on camera, perform. Hey, perform. If I had to leave her somewhere, be gut wrenching. But the fact that you've got, you can watch your dog and see where they are is brilliant. I would love to see eventually, not necessarily everyone like me, like literally camera it on you, showing exactly what you're doing, but for someone just to have cameras in there that people could tune into would be amazing. But I reckon if I had any kind of salon, I would just have some kind of camera there just to record everything. I just think it just covers your bottom, even if you don't feel you need it. So.
And how about using video to advertise? So like doing a welcome video for your owners, and doing a piece to camera about the offers that you do and stuff like that.
I think the power of video, and also content wise, video is always going to get a higher score and get pushed out a lot more than an individual photo will be. So videos are brilliant, and also it just brings your personality and everything to life. Some people can just, in a photo you can be quite static, and but I think it's a great idea. I think just to you can do salon tours, you can do background or like behind the scenes. I think it's brilliant. I think it really brings things to life, and I think it's better for an owner to be able to see that. Like if I had to take Lola somewhere and there's someone that just had a few shots, and they had someone that's like, oh hi, I'm this groomer, I'm doing it this way, this is our salon and this is the team, and I think it'd be much better, much more attractive.
There's loads of people screaming at me going, I'm not doing that.
Oh really? Is that what everyone's saying? Okay.
There's so many people.
I want them all to record everything and be able to stream it to their clients so that their clients can watch and all of that kind of stuff, but one step at a time.
Definitely. There's so many people, and everyone that I work with, it's encouraged that they get in front of the camera and do video into their Facebook pages, onto their websites and stuff like that to help build that know, like and trust. And it works, doesn't it?
I think as groomers as well, because we just love the dogs. We don't want to deal with the people. We don't want to do the stuff that the people, it doesn't, unfortunately. I wish I could book direct with the dogs some of the time, but we do have to appeal to the humans. That's just how it works. So yeah,
there's no way around it. And I've been watching, you got your Facebook group, haven't you? What's the Facebook group called?
Yes, the new Facebook group is Lovemud Lessons and Chat.
Yes, so let's talk about, because we've got some questions coming in about Lovemud Lessons and Chat.
Say it again. What's that?
Lovemud Lessons and Chat. So tell us about this. This is a new string to your bow, isn't it? Where you
I kind of thought about it. And again, I tend to do these things with a reason a lot of the time. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm going to do this with no reason. But this time I did think, okay, so I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, as I'm sure a lot of other groomers are. There's so many groups for dog owners. There's so many groups for groomers. There's nothing that brings the two together. And the lovely thing on my live video, like my live streams, is in those, while I'm grooming live, everyone just chats away behind me. So I'll dip in and obviously look at the screen every so often and answer some questions if I can. But everyone just has this full-on discussion. I'll often turn around and have no idea what's being discussed. But it's nice because it's the groomers and the owners discussing together. So if an owner goes, oh, what brush do I need for this? There's other groomers there will go, oh, you need that. And it's just, I wanted to replicate that, because that discussion can only happen while I'm grooming live. I wanted to kind of replicate that on Facebook, that those discussions could continue. So someone, an owner can come on and say, what age do I need to start my puppy grooming? And then groomers can come on and reply to it. And likewise, like a groomer can go, oh God, please owners, can you do this? And then owners will go, okay. So that was the idea behind it, was to blend and not separate grooming groups and owner groups, and have the owners moaning about groomers and groomers moaning about owners, because this is what happens, and have a place that hopefully is a bit more positive and everyone can help everyone and there's no stupid questions. So hopefully it's a positive space. But yes, it's only been on Facebook, I think, a couple of weeks. I think we've got about 500 odd people on there. So, and also we just share dog stuff. I mean, if you like dogs, then you should join.
Just talk dogs. And
just come along and chat dogs.
But you're also starting to reach out a bit and offer training and help for groomers. So one-to-one help with the anything grooming related, really, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I think I had, again, I picked up on it in the lives and had some people going on. Well, I have so many messages, and I'm really sorry to anyone that's watching if they've sent me a message and I can't reply. I literally get so many via like Instagram, TikTok, and with everything every day, and I can't possibly. So I actually try and reply to none, so I'm not upsetting anybody, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I was getting a lot of, I'm setting up my business, like I don't know what price to do, and how do you do this, and how did you get new clients? I thought, well, there's people here that I want to help. I can't spend 8 hours on various things every day doing that, but if I can again make it into a business opportunity, and there'll be a fee for me to act as a bit of a consultant, which initially I felt really bad about, but then as someone else said to me, there's a level up, you are experienced in what you're doing, you've been doing it for 10 years. I don't know everything, but I know some stuff and I can help people. So it's been going really well. They're called Lovemud Lessons. And I've had a few so far, and it's just people that set up their business, and they kind of don't know where to turn with a lot of it, and they don't know how to set up their pricing, and they don't know how to use Facebook effectively, and they don't really know what Instagram stories is for. So it's the sessions, rather than me setting up training or doing like day courses or something like that, it's literally the session is tailored to them. So they book in, and then I'll send them a few questions, and it will just give me an idea of what they want to get out of the session, and then I tailor the content to them. So we chat through literally exactly what they need. So the feedback so far has been really good. So
is it like a power hour, or is it longer? Is it
I've been doing half an hour or an hour. I have just added on 15 minutes because some people seem to just have a few questions, but it's mostly the half an hour, an hour. I have also had a few owners that like, can we just talk? I'm grooming my dog at home, but I'm struggling with the feet. Can I book a session with you? So I have opened it up to that, but so far it's just been the actual groomers. So, which I love, because I love passing on my knowledge. As I said, I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything, and but if I can help in any way, then I will. So, and I've had a couple of people come back for a second session, so which is obviously feedback in itself, which is brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. And so, what sort of questions are you getting at the moment? Can you remember any? What's the top?
Yeah, so the key things, how to use social media is an absolute, how to use social media. Facebook, I think everyone's quite familiar with Facebook. It's kind of the first go-to, isn't it? And I think for me, in driving new clients, that was the biggest way to do it, was with Facebook. So, hey, how to drive clients, how to drive clients outside of social media. There's a lot of people that are still a bit like, oh, social media, and also how to have the confidence to post as well. There's a lot of people that worry about what other people think, which is obviously very, very normal.
A lot of procrastination around posts. A lot of procrastination around posts as to what to actually put out there. But my philosophy is, let's get it out there, because it's better that it's out there than you sitting there for a couple of days sitting on it, because it's doing better. Exactly. It's doing better being out there, isn't it? Than you. Yeah,
we might as well put it out. I mean, half of what I do absolutely flops. Let's face it. Like, okay, so I've had some viral videos, but I've had 90% that have just been like either rubbish or a bit average. So, you've got to do it. And I did have a conversation with someone. They were like, I just haven't got the confidence to do it. I was like, no one, like, not being rude, but people are not worrying about you. They just want to see a cute dog. Like, just put a cute dog picture up, you cuddling a dog or a cute dog face. People love it. Just don't kind of personalize these things too much, and just be brave enough to do it. And also you've got to think that and that's the other thing that I said to this person as well. I was like, you don't think about it in the way that it's you being analyzed or you being scrutinized for appearance or confidence, anything like that. This is your business, like, and you are the front of your business, so you are just an element of your business. So but it's been some really interesting discussion. And pricing is always coming up.
It is, isn't it? It is
good old pricing.
Another thing I was going to say about social media, which I've completely forgotten. We're talking about getting yourself out there. That was it. My sort of motto, I suppose, is all I want to do is help one person. So if there's just over 8,000 members in this group, if I try to tailor my posts to help all of them people, I'd just be paralyzed, wouldn't I? But as long as something that I write or a comment I do, pleases one person, that's me happy. So don't set yourself up to fail, I suppose. Just as long as one person likes what you're doing, then that's great, isn't it?
And also don't go, okay, so there's me, and there's Henry's house, who's amazing, and she's bigger than me, she's huge, on TikTok. So don't kind of go on thinking, oh, I'm going to do it and I've got to be as big as they are. Like, people aren't going to spend a month like I did researching and people have got lives. I'm on my own with a 6-year-old and sitting on my own every night. So I was like spending a month on YouTube Googling, and do you know what I mean? You don't have to have those aims. Just do what you need to do for your business, and know your business, and just be confident with it. And honestly, we work with dogs. Like, if you don't want to be in it, don't be in it. Like, just focus on the dogs, or focus on how you work, or focus on the grooming salon. There's ways of doing these things. But yeah, I just think if I can help 1 or 2 people, then that's amazing. And so many people, you know what it's like. If you just get any feedback going, oh my God, that's helped so much. It's like, yes, it's like, that's the reason we do it. So
yeah, that's right. And you get some amazing messages, and you're like, actually, that last post, and quite often with Facebook, it's the most like simple post that you put out there that gets the most attention. It's just incredible how algorithms and people work, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of my ones that have been biggest have been like the most obvious and simplest thing. Not obvious, because that that sounds like I'm belittling people, but just like, to me, that's obvious because I've been doing it for 10 years. But if a dog's picking up the paw, we'll pick the other one up. That one will stay on the floor. And it's like, I thought kind of everyone would know. And I just think that's the thing. You just got to just put it all out there, and just see what the feedback is, or see what the views are. Really, you just never know. And also, I think that chuck 20 things out there, one's going to stick. So.
Yeah, that's it. But also be mindful that we're human, aren't we? We're never going to please everyone, and it's the same for our customers. People get quite upset, and quite understandably, because it's our businesses about negative reviews and poor feedback. But I look at it, it's one person's opinion out of all of your customers that you service, and the more people that you work with, the more likely you're going to come across someone that you're not going to get on with, or
that 1% of negative grows, obviously, in actual number sense. Yeah, absolutely. I had something this week, and obviously I put myself out on social media, so you take an element of it. But it does affect you, and you kind of go, oh, hang on a minute, and someone's telling you you're dangerous and you're rubbish and blah blah blah. But you just think, do you know what? That's one person in 130 odd people that are following my content, and that's the only way to think. You're always going to get scrutinized, you're always going to get criticized. When it comes to reviews online, I think that actually it's how you deal with these things can actually do you a good. I think that if you reply in a very positive way, I had one a long time ago when I first started. I'd never even groomed a woman's dogs, and she said I wouldn't. What was it? She said she would never even let me wash her dishes, let alone wash her dog again. I was like, if you can let me know which dog it was and when, that would be lovely. And I think it gives you an opportunity to show how professional you are. So you've got to try and flip everything and turn it into a positive.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's a bit brave, but I've screenshotted negative reviews and put them into our Facebook page and said, hi everyone, we're not perfect. We try and work with everyone. If you're not happy, please speak to us before going to social media. And the response you get from all of your Facebook following and your customers is immense, and actually sometimes leads to a review being taken down. But
no, I think it's good, and I think no one is perfect, and I'll still get something, and I'll put a video up, and oh, we need more of this and less of that, or you can't hear you because the sound is too high, or you should try. I just think you've got to take everything on board. Obviously, you listen to that feedback, and some of it you don't want to listen to. It's like, okay, fine, you're an idiot. But a lot of it, it's constructive. It is constructive, and it's certainly, it's brilliant if you're actually asking for it actively as well. I think we can all improve. No one's perfect. I still don't really know what I'm doing 10 years in, so I'm very open to improving and things still.
That's it. And as you reminded me, I made a note about talking about equipment. So the equipment that you have to make these awesome TikToks and to get all these followers, what sort of equipment do you have? What sort of setup do you use day to day?
I'll show you. So in the salon, everything's on my phone. So I've just got an iPhone, and my main piece of kit is this. So obviously phone goes there and it's just a light ring, especially for like close-up work. In the salon, I've got a few smaller tripods as well, just dotted around. So I've got one by the bath, one if the dog chooses to look out the window, then I can get a nice angle from that side as well. But nothing too fancy. I haven't got a video recorder or anything like that. Tip for social media would be, and if you are recording anything, try and get it as high res as possible, and good less high res, but just good quality. So make sure you're wiping your camera, especially because we're in salons, so you get splashes of water and shampoo and dog hair, and so yeah, give everything a wipe before you try and kind of take any photos or videos. But I haven't got anything massively high tech. I probably should have. I'd love to do multi-stream at some point where I can literally stream to TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and everything like that at one time. But it's all very complicated.
That's another month of research.
Do that next year. I want my evenings back. I'm like that constantly as it is. My hourly rate on my phone is horrendous.
Is it? It's addictive as well, isn't it?
It is, because then you're battling to find the next one that's going to go viral, and you really want to get out there, and then and then when it does, you're then checking the numbers and stuff, and yeah, it's brilliant. But the best thing is because some of mine that have gone viral, the one going viral at the minute on Instagram is me pulling a dog hair out of my leg. So that is just like dog hair splinters that we all as groomers get, but I'm like, that's all well and good, but that's not the one I wanted to go viral. Like, I want the educational ones to go. So
we said, didn't we, that the strangest videos or the strangest posts go mental on social
media. I know.
So
my two biggest videos on Instagram, I've got one going viral, it's just hit over 6 million today views. I mean, it's literally me sitting like this plucking a dog hair out of my leg, and that's hit 6 million views. Who is watching that? My mum can't watch it that many times.
It's the same people that watch Dr. Pimple Popper and people like that.
Oh, yeah, and the other one, the next one to that, or the one above that, the 7.3 million views, was me talking about dog penis safety when you're trimming. So there you go. You want to go viral, dog penises or hairs in your legs.
Hit some key words there by sounds of it.
yeah. Some of those Google searches are throwing out some interesting stuff. But yeah.
Some key phrases, right? So there's been some questions coming in. I've not been ignoring them. I've been watching them coming in. So let's go through some of these questions from our followers. What's your TikTok name?
Lovemud Dog Lady.
Go on,
Bill, try.
Hold on. The Lovemud Dog Lady. Yeah?
Yeah.
Lovemud Dog Lady.
Lovemud Dog Lady. Lovemud Dog Lady. Say it fast 5 times.
Lovemud, yeah. Do you appear then?
It's like, and then try it. It's party
like Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. So Claire said, I don't have TikTok. Does the owner need to have it also, or can you post them onto Facebook and Insta?
So you can, if the owner wants to watch their dog being groomed live, then they have to be on TikTok. They have to be a user of the app to watch live. I can download a live once I'm finished. In about 99% of cases, I can download that easily. And then so some of my videos, that's how I then get my content. So I go through, and key moments and things I can edit out, but the video quality isn't as great as if I recorded it like directly like this. But then, like, so owners, I can tag that, I can send little snippets, and I had a friend that didn't believe how great her puppy was to be brushed. And I was like, honestly, it's no problem at all. Because she was like, he's a pickle at home. I went, oh, it's fine. She didn't believe me. So I did like a 20-minute section of me brushing the dog and him just sitting there. And she's like, ah. So yeah, you can, if they're not on TikTok, you can send bits afterwards. Or what I do is I do create the separate pieces of content to put on TikTok, and I often put them on Instagram and Facebook. So more likely that people are going to be followers on Instagram or Facebook, so they'll see it there.
Yeah, like repurpose it across all 3 platforms, because you'll have different followers on different platforms, won't you?
Yeah, but you have to be careful, and then that gets into the different platforms, but length of video, trending music. So you do have to, I can't just create a 30-second video and put it on everything, because it just won't work. So you have to do shorter on TikTok, you have to get the trending music, you have to get separate trending music on Instagram, and yeah. So it's a bit complicated. But yeah, you can do that.
Is this a goal to outsource this? So you make the video and then you like upload it to someone and then like outsource it and then they upload it and put music to it? Or do you think it's important to have you doing the music and the creativeness
So I've got an agency on board at the minute, and at the minute they're just kind of replying to things for me, because I might get like 100 new comments in a day, or 50 new comments, and I just can't possibly go in, because that's the other thing with social media. Someone comments on your post, you have to go back and comment on it, because then that keeps the engagement levels there, and then that gets you view time again, because they've gone back to your video, so you get another view. So engagement is absolutely key, so you can't just stick a video up and leave it to go. So they help me with the engagement side, but ultimately I think I'm a little bit of a control freak with TikTok. Like, I think TikTok and nearly Instagram, I'm like, I want to do it myself. But I think YouTube, like, I've got the agency have done a couple of best of videos for me on YouTube, like the best of TikToks put together. So I'm hoping they'll do a bit more for me like that. But yeah, absolutely, if I can just kind of, the goal would be for me to groom live, do a few videos, but just, you know, download the live and go, someone else just make 5 videos out of that for me, and maybe I'll do the voiceovers or something, because it is so time consuming.
But obviously it's worth it. You enjoy it. You can see from your face how much you enjoy doing it. So.
I really do. I really do. I do like kind of cheesy as it is. Obviously we're in business to put a roof over our heads. So yes, if I need to make money out of these things that I'm doing and spending time on. But if I can help people, and the feedback that I get is just brilliant, it makes it all worthwhile. So
yeah, it's lovely getting messages and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So we've got Helen Sheath here. She's been watching. I can highly recommend having a one-to-one with Mud Love Lessons with Caroline.
Yeah, so I know that name. Hello, lovely. Yeah, she had a one-to-one with me, one-to-one lesson with me. So yeah, hopefully she got a lot out of it.
And can you just tell the listeners again and viewers what the Lovemud Lesson Facebook page is, or have I just told them?
You're struggling with the whole LL thing, aren't you?
Yeah.
So people, if they would like, obviously I try and share information to both groomers and owners, but if someone's got specific questions and they want some time with me on a one-to-one basis, then they can have a video call with me, one-to-one video call, whether it be for half an hour or an hour, and that is literally tailored to them. So there's a few questions that I'll send before and say, you know, key areas to cover, your biggest challenge, etc., and then the session's tailored to you. So people can, there is a booking system for that in my link tree, or you can just message me and we can get it booked in that way. Yeah.
Will you reply to that message?
That one I probably will. If not, the agency will.
we'll put the link tree.
I'm hoping someone will reply. If not, I'm so sorry. I'm trying.
So they can go onto your, I take it they can go into your diary, they can pay for an hour, all automated, and put in their questions, and then join you on Zoom or whatever. And
yeah.
Do you do it in person?
Some people want to chat to me first and kind of go, I want help with this, and I'll go, yeah, okay, no problem. And so some people just don't want the booking bit, but it is there. There's a system via my link tree where you can go in and see the slots available, book it, pay it, and then you'll get an email to confirm and ask the questions. So
yeah, cool. And if people are local to you, do you do an in-person one, or is it always over Zoom?
Do you know what I haven't done, but I would be quite willing. Yeah, I could do it that way if people want to actually come to. I did think about doing, because a couple of people said that they wanted to come and spend a day with me, see how I groom. So I did think about doing like a day's, just like accompanying me for a day. I need a catchy title, another one with lots of L's in it to challenge you. But yeah, to kind of spend a day just being there while I groom a couple of dogs, see how I work, I ask questions as we go, but then have some separate time on the end of that to kind of sit down and chat about their business as well. So there has been a little bit of interest in that, but obviously then that's people having to come to me. But people, I think some people are willing to travel, so any way that I can help. And if someone's like watching and going, actually I want this, can you do that, just message me.
Bespoke services, and whereabouts are you based? What's the nearest town?
So I'm just near Brighton, so I'm Eastbourne, East Sussex,
down the south. So Stacey has asked, do Facebook Lives have a similar response to TikTok? I don't have TikTok anymore, but I like the idea of customers watching their dogs being groomed.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant, and I think if you can do it and you're brave enough, just do it, honestly. And just remember, you're the expert in what you're doing. Hopefully you've done some courses and you know what you're doing. I can't assume that everyone is in an unregulated industry. But yeah, I think it's brilliant, and I think it's so comforting. The feedback that I've had is so good for owners being able to watch. I don't think on Facebook, do you have to have a minimum number of followers? I'm not too sure how that works.
I quite often check to myself.
I mean, if that works as well, I mean, you'll get good feedback that way.
No, I think you can just go
assume
live.
I assume it's similar premise. For me, if I do, I get really disappointed if I do a live anywhere other than TikTok, because my minimum on TikTok, I'll get like 100, 200 people. And then every so often I'll do one on Instagram, I've got like 17. So for me, the big difference is viewer numbers, but you've got to start somewhere and you will build that up. So I think it's brilliant. I would absolutely love anyone that is thinking about stream. And if I can help with that, if you want any help or tips or camera angles and how I approach it, just let me know. I think that if you can, and it's a really strong USP, because I don't know many other groomers that groom their grooms live for their owners to watch.
Loads now.
Pardon?
Loads of people now.
Yeah, all 800 and every competitor around me is going to be doing it. Damn it.
Well, what I like about, so obviously this has been streamed into the group, and it's there now for forever. So when you stream into Facebook, it records it for you. So okay, you might only have a handful of people watching now, but people will watch it, and you'll get comments from your videos like months later and go, oh, I forgot about that video, sort of
so
thing.
When you save it down on Facebook, does it post it automatically, or do you post it separately?
No, so this will stay in the group, and people can just find it and watch it as well. So you don't need to download it.
Yeah, so my TikTok lives are only visible to me. So you can't, when I finish a live, I'll get like there's a screen that shows you how many viewers you had, etc. And then I've got the option to download that live. I can then obviously do what I want, but I haven't I think, because if anyone's watched my lives, most of it is very educational, obviously, and I'm very professional. However, I am a bit of an idiot, and I will have a sing song and I'll have a giggle and I'll go, oh, I've got dog hair on my boob, that. And then I think I can't re-put this stuff out there.
Another Google search.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm like, when you're live for 2 hours or 2.5 hours, you can't be conscious of what you're saying the whole time. So I do think I've got all these live videos, and I haven't, I don't currently put them on YouTube, and people are saying, can you put the whole thing on there? I'm like, no one wants to watch 2.5 hours of me grooming a dog. Like, what? But then people are doing that, so I don't know.
Definitely. I mean, I was gonna say, you can repurpose that, put it onto YouTube, so this today, so this is being streamed into the Facebook group, so there's people watching it now. That will stay in the Facebook group so people can find it and watch it. Darren, who does all of my sort of videos and podcasts, he'll then download it off the Facebook group.
Amazing.
Edit it, put it into YouTube.
I need a Darren.
You need a Darren, edit it, and then make it into a podcast as well. So that one piece of content that we've done tonight will then go out across so much. So
yeah, and I think something that I need to improve on is how I can, because it is all about maximizing your time, and how you can spend, how I can spend an hour doing something and then with that do 5 things. I need to do that better. I need to be a bit more integrated. And yeah, I mean, podcast, maybe I need to do that. I don't know, but I just think, and also I was
going to have a vote on that at the end.
Yeah. my TikTok lives, I've forgotten what I was going to say now. Yeah, I think the other thing is as well, it doesn't really make sense, because like my TikTok lives, I'm chatting away and I'm talking about what I'm doing, why, and I'm interacting with the dog, and then I'll turn around and I'll interact with the camera and I'll answer some questions, but then you can't see those questions when you download the video, so it kind of doesn't really make sense in that respect. I don't know, it's something I need to think about.
Definitely. And there's people already saying put the whole lot on there because they want to watch it. YouTube's like the television at times, isn't it? If you
rabbit on and sing and groom a dog for 2 hours. Really?
Yeah, there you go. So people can message you regarding your one-to-ones, or they can find your links through Linktree. So that
yes.
And
they can get the wall discount as well. It's still 10% off all the wall stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, there's some other little deals and discounts and things on my Linktree. So yeah, have a look on there.
Cool. And then so Lucy said, yes, please. I'd love to watch the whole 2 hours.
Really? Lucy, one of my moderators, or is it a relative?
Kerno, Lucy Kerno.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know. Yeah, Lucy joins my lives a lot. Yeah.
There you go. I think it's quite. I think it's yeah, if you don't catch them on TikTok, you can then go to your YouTube channel and catch up with them. And again, you know, it's everywhere for everyone. So like I said, this will go onto the group, it'll go onto YouTube. So some people will watch it on YouTube. And I thought, actually, some people might want to listen to it whilst driving to work or whilst grooming, or you know, so let's make it into a podcast. And it's just it's that simple, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. Yeah, mate. And the thing is, and this is, you know, this is me learning from everyone else. This is the feedback we were talking about earlier. So people, you know, I don't know that people I'm like, really? They really want to sit and watch me for 2 hours or have the option to do so? But people are saying, yes, the demand's there. I'm like, okay, then maybe I need to think about it. So by next week. So yeah, I need to do it.
Outsource it as well. But
that costs though.
Yes, it's valuing your time. But yeah, it's been an amazing hour chatting to you, finding about. I know you got a friend coming around shortly, so
I do. I'm going to takeaway.
Finding out all about TikTok, and I have created an account this evening. So you know, who knows, we might be going out onto TikTok as well. Have you heard of Discord?
Pardon?
You heard of Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that might be another avenue. We've got to keep up with the kids.
Yeah, I know. It's the thing, isn't it? It's like, so I was contacted by another one ages ago as well. As this is new app, and I'm like, I don't know what's a new app and what isn't. And the good thing is, a lot of TikTok creators are quite willing to help each other as well. So Casp47, I don't know if many of you have heard of Casp. He's like got talking dogs. He's like epically huge on there, but he's been a good source of help as well. So, and that's the other tip. The other tip. Spit my words out. The other tip, interact with other groomers content on TikTok, because that's what the algorithm likes. But anyone wants the significant amount of information on TikTok and social media and how to kind of work with the algorithm, then you can book a Lovemud lesson, but you get that one for free.
Excellent. So I'll ask you to send over all of your email addresses, or your link tree. I suppose that's the best thing. I'll get your link tree address, and I'll put it in the comments, and I'll tag you in the comments as well, so you can catch up with what everyone's been saying whilst we've been chatting.
Amazing. I just wanted to say one thank you. Quite a while ago, I think, as some people know, that I lost my fiance, and I wanted to say a massive thank you, because after I'd lost him, the grooming industry pulled together and did the most amazing fundraiser for me, led by the amazing Sarah Bakewell. And yeah, I've never really publicly been able to say thank you. The money that was raised and enabled me to I gave up work to care for him, etc. I'm not gonna get all silly. But yeah, the money that was raised enabled me to reset up the business and get back to work. So without amazing group, so many people gave free seminars and tickets to this, and it was just brilliant. So I've never really had a public forum being able to say that. I've thanked individuals along the way and things, but there was a lot going on at the time, and if I ever didn't thank anybody, because there were so many people involved, honestly, it was just amazing, and you enabled me to get back to the business. So thank you very much.
Really good. That's brilliant. And Lucy's said something similar. Can I say you should be so proud of yourself, and Maxie would be so proud of you as well, Caroline. So.
Thank you.
That also leads into another venture that's coming at some point, which is going to help pet professionals when things like this happen. So watch this. Okay. A new business venture of mine and someone else. We're looking to set up a business to care for pet professionals.
Oh, amazing. Oh, well, if you need anyone to advocate that, unfortunately, I'm very experienced in that area.
That's it. I've met a lot of wonderful people over the last year, so I've got a very good idea of what support people could have in their lives. And then in previous employment, I've reached out to associations and received support and help as well. So it's bringing the two together and helping the pet professional.
No, I think that's absolutely brilliant. I literally wouldn't be able to do it without the money that was raised and all the people that pulled together. So yeah, I think that's brilliant. A great idea. Cool.
We'll be in touch for a chat.
Fabulous.
Excellent. Let you get on and go and see if your takeaways there.
Thank you. And I have got hopefully some really exciting news that I can't tell anyone yet. Yes. It's killing me. Something might be happening on Friday, or something is happening on Friday. It might involve some TV, and I'm not allowed to say any more than that. But yeah, as soon as I can announce it, I will. So make sure you follow on, well, everything, but probably first going to be announced on Instagram. So yeah, as soon as I can talk about it, I will. But yeah, watch this space.
Very exciting. Great times ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Busy.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. Everyone's enjoyed it.
Thank you for asking me. It's lovely. Thank you. And, you know, you're doing fab in what you're doing as well. I think if we can make all the groomers more business minded and help them with that side of things, then it can only be good for the industry. Definitely.
It's a really good industry to be in at the moment.
Yeah.
Take care, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you. Right, thanks everyone. Thank you for joining. Cheers, bye-bye.